Hell, that was a rough time out for me, man. That was crazy.
Technical diff.
Technical diffs, indeed. I got to make one of them private and figure that part out for now. Yeah, that's it was weird, dude, because it was just what was it? I just kept going back and forth. I don't know what was going on there, but it's weird because every time I try it, it'll create something different. Like so I have like 5 new live streams I created that all are like 12 seconds long.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's a whole thing, but whatever. We're here now, so that's good.
All good.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I think O'Malley fights on the card against Jan for sure. When did O'Malley fight last? He fought in January, right?
Yeah, that was the Patty versus Gaethje. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Song. So he fought, and then so again, 6 months away to get ready for a guy he like pretty much beat already. So that's not too bad. Yeah, man, I think they get a fight because I think like O'Malley's the most famous outside of the UFC. I think O'Malley fights Jan for a rematch. Like if I was Jan, I would want that fight back. It's like, well, I'll give you a title to avenge. But I think they fight, and then have you heard? Oh, you know what's weird? Oh, that's something else. I saw something really weird, but anyways, I thought Islam was like top of the 155 division, but he's not. It's different. I read that wrong. You know, Islam might fight Ian Gary.
Yeah, that's a cool matchup. I like that matchup.
What's a bit weird though is seeing these everybody can Photoshop UFC fight cards, like those posters, right?
Yeah.
And so whenever I see them, I'm like, crap. Like unless the UFC posts it, I don't believe it at all.
Yeah, no, there's so much bullshit out there, and I think like just talking about Islam, it's like I think that they're gonna really rally for that Usman fight, which doesn't make any sense, but that's probably what they want.
I would love to see at 185 Usman versus Hamzat.
Oh, really? Eh? Well, we saw that fight once.
I think you give Usman a heads up, though. You give Usman a heads up and you make it a longer fight. I think it ends differently.
Yeah.
I think it ends. You know what? We saw that. We did. It's like,
I mean, at 185, you know what I mean? Yeah.
185 is sick, man. I think no, they fought at 170 last time.
No, because Usman took that fight on short notice and took it at 185. But it was like I get what you're saying though. Like it's still like an intriguing matchup. I don't think anybody outside of you is like lobbying for that matchup again, but I would watch it. Yeah.
I want to see Usman with the title, dude.
Yeah.
Do I think it's through Hamzat? Do I think Hamzat's? The question is, if you're Usman, who's an easier matchup? Islam at 170 or Hamzat at 185?
Yeah. I mean, actually, that's a tough question, right? Probably Islam, right? Just size-wise. It's funny that we're talking about this, but like if so obviously Usman doesn't doesn't necessarily deserve like a title shot, but if he does get it, like he's not it's not as much of a mismatch as some people think. You know what I mean?
No.
Like when you look at Usman's most recent fights, it's like, yeah, he's been on a bit of a skid outside of Joaquin Buckley, where he looked really good. But it's like you look at who he fought, and it's like close fight with Hamzat, right? And then before that, this was that decision to Leon Edwards, which was a close fight. And then before that was the head kick, right? To Edwards, where he like would have won that fight had he not got caught.
Literally caught, yeah.
So it's like he matches up well with Islam. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a close fight, but you know, that's like a whole other discussion as well. You know?
It'll be interesting. Dude, I keep laughing because I'm looking in a fucking mirror when I'm talking. I'm like, we didn't even coordinate outfits. It's
Yeah, I was
bullshit.
like, you had to wear the black shirt
I
and the ball cap, eh? And let the stubble grow. Like,
couldn't have
okay,
worn
yeah.
it forward. Oh man, if I had a stash, I would fucking run through a wall.
That was the first thing I thought. I was like, as soon as we fucking hopped on here, I was like, God damn it, Glenn.
Same, yeah. I was thinking the same thing, but you. I was like, whatever, man. I was like, that's good. I like your shirt though. I like that. I think that's hilarious.
Hey, yeah, this is Levi made this shirt, eh?
Shout out to Levi, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Levi's great, dude. Are you still running privates for him?
Yeah, we'll kind of just randomly he'll text me like the week of and be like, "Hey, you down to do a private Saturday morning?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
if he's doing it.
yeah, if it works out with my schedule, then I'll go down there and yeah, it's a good time.
Nice. Oh shit. Dude, I think right now, other than the White House, what is interesting coming up? Oh, Holloway versus Oliveira in March.
Yeah, so I made some things about what I am excited for, right? Because I took a
Nice.
gander at
Yes.
the
'Cause I'm fired
upcoming
up about
cards,
that.
and so next up, right? I think there's like some like these. This is like the ones that jump out to me. So you got the next big fight that I'm looking forward to is the Strickland versus Hernandez fight.
Hernandez. Yep.
That's a sick
Fired up.
matchup,
Mhm.
and
In Houston.
yeah, and I think the winner of that will fight Hamzat most likely.
Mhm.
Um, and that's just a good matchup, right? Hernandez has looked awesome, and then Strickland is Strickland.
Yeah.
So that's like that'll be cool. I think Hernandez probably wins that. Um, and then regardless, whoever wins that, like that's a fun matchup with Hamzat as well. Um, so that fight I'm looking forward to. And then right after that, you have 326 with Holloway and Oliveira, which is also
Mhm.
a sick fight. Um, and I think Holloway. I mean, obviously, I love both those guys. I think Holloway knocks out Charles. Like
What?
I think that yeah, that's like I don't know if
What?
and to me that's not even really that hot of a take. I
That's
think I think there's going to be some wild exchanges. Uh,
oh man.
but I just think Holloway's gonna knock him. Like I just say, you know what I mean? Like especially because Oliveira seems to be like he's always very willing to just trade. You know, just
Yeah, it
like
drives me nuts.
yeah, and which is the part of why everyone loves him, right? He always brings like an exciting fight.
Mhm.
But I think at this point in his career, like he's been cracked a bunch. He's like on the tail end of his career. I
Yeah.
think that and when you're fighting someone like Holloway who's like super hard to take down, cardio for days, like he got knocked out by Tuporia, but like has a chin. I think it's just like a tough matchup for Oliveira, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but wicked fight either way, you
Wicked
know.
fight for the BMF title, yeah? I'd imagine?
Yeah, yeah, I think
I would
so, right?
I
Yeah.
would hope.
So that's like a sick fight. Um,
Yikes.
and then you have the next one that I was looking forward to on there is Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer.
Yo,
That's a
you're
wicked fight.
skipping right over Murphy and Evlov?
Is that before then? I have that on here as well. Is that before?
Literally the Saturday before, yeah, as like
Okay. So
it's
that was
it's
the next one.
they're both fight nights though. Dude, that's crazy. Back to back weekends.
Hmm.
Man,
Yeah. So
it's
those
bonkers.
four fights are like wicked. Um,
Yeah.
and we can get into that, but yeah, like solid main events, not the greatest like undercards. You know what I mean? For the most part, but
No,
yeah,
no. A lot of them are fight nights too. Like I think Pfeiffer and like Pfeiffer versus Adesanya will be like electric because just Izzy. Oh, Izzy would be if he wasn't fighting in March. I would say put him on the title, like or not a title, but just put him on the White House card.
mm,
I think that's why I kept leaving him out of this discussion. Was I was like, I know he fights like in a month from now. Otherwise, I'm like, dude, he would answer that question. Other than oh, what's his face? We were talking about other than Sugar Sean, he's the most famous outside of the octagon. Him and
right.
Volk. Volk for his food, man.
Yeah.
You hear that? Volk was telling stories about how like people come up to him and say, "Hey man, we love your cooking stuff," and they never heard that he was a UFC fighter.
Can you imagine? Imagine like, oh, I watched this guy on Instagram who's happens to
Electric.
be a UFC champ. Yeah, his page is fucking sick though. You ever watch it?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, his YouTube stuff is so good. Oh my goodness. But that's cool. Like that shit's cool to me. When I'm like, oh man, you can do all that stuff and still like dial it in. But he
yeah,
used to not care too until like after rugby, and then he was like, I need to understand my diet more. I was like, all right, sick, whatever works for you. But yeah, I think Evlov and Murphy will be interesting because then it's like no matter who wins, both of them pose a different threat to fucking to Volk.
yeah, yeah. That's a wicked fight. That's tough fight for Murphy. Eh? Like that, and
Mhm.
that fight's in London, and I think Murphy gets it done.
Yeah.
Especially that it's a 5 round fight. I'd feel differently about it if it was 3 rounds. Um,
Mhm.
but I think Murphy gets it done. Like I think because it's 5 rounds, he's gonna have more time to kind of like that's gonna work in his advantage. Like when you watch Evliov, I can never pronounce his last name,
Every
but
time it's a different time. Yeah.
right. But when you watch his fight with Arnold Allen, uh,
Yeah.
that was a super close fight, and he faded towards the end. Um,
Mhm.
and so I think he'll do well against Murphy early on, kind of do what he does, kind of take down control type stuff. But I think as the fight goes on, I think Murphy's going to kind of pull away. And
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
5 rounds, I imagine. Eh? If it's a main event, yeah. Even on fight nights, huh?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and
That's
then
that's
they
kind
have what's one? Ooh, wait. There's tickets for every time I see a fight card in Seattle.
of, hey, Patty's in the chat. Let's go.
Oh no way, the lad himself.
No,
Like he should be asleep, man. It's like 11 o'clock, man. He should be in bed. I appreciate him tuning in though. None the other.
a
Yeah,
lot of meat. It's a lot of meat right there.
it's a lot of meat right there. Yo, some of these tickets aren't that bad. Like if I look at like the farthest out, sauna time. Enjoy, dude. Just get sweaty. A lot of meat, boys. Dude, these are only 200. Well, I say only like an asshole, but these are only $250 for like medium row seats.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, that's not good. I shouldn't type that in. How much is like on the floor to watch Adesanya fight? Let's find out. What is this? Front row. Oh yeah, $3,900.
Yeah, that's too much. That's as much as
Yeah, for what?
it's almost as much as Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, except probably, you can argue which one's a better experience. I'm going to vote for the Adesanya fight, but you can't control the outcome. And that's not to bash Taylor Swift, though. I can't have the audience. Patty would pay to eat steaks. The dude just comes in the chat to tear somebody up, eh? He's, he's like, get bent, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I love it, dude. Oh, hell yeah. Just eat meat, dude. That's really it. So there's nobody it for May 30th, and they have a main card they're supposed to have as like a fight night. And then everything else is, yeah, up to Adesanya. Everything else is already, nothing's made after that.
yeah. Solid fights though. Like the those,
Hmm.
those four that we mentioned, wicked. Like
Yeah.
I'm all for that. And I forget who's fighting on the Holloway Oliveira card, but I'm pretty sure that card's like decent if I
All the way
remember.
all. Let's find it. Trying to think, because that's a UFC. It's 326. There's got to be a good co-main. Oh, dude, this is it's not bad. So this is the I'm trying to find it. How far down do we have to go? How many fights are in the fucking? Where's the main card? It's not separated main card prelims, but I'll start with this. We got I think opening up. Yeah, I think opening it up. We got Cody Garbrandt versus Xiao Long, a bantamweight. Then we got Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. We got Bruno Ferreira versus Gregory Rodriguez, and then we got Barallo versus
versus
Ryan
Dorito.
Ritter.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean the card is like, I mean, fun fights, but it's like, again,
Oh, dude.
not gonna.
Co-main is Renato Moicano versus T City Ortega.
That's a fun fight.
That's a
It's
fun
like,
fight too.
yeah. Who do you got in that? Patty's fucking killing me here.
Brian Ortega.
Shit. But yeah,
Spanish.
I agree. Actually, when I saw that fight, I was like, Ortega should win that. Like, he's had a rough go.
Yeah.
You know,
Has he?
like just brutal, really. But that's like a good fight for him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I imagine he'll probably be an underdog. So I might bet a couple dollars on that. You know what I mean?
Dude, I hear you. I think Hanato is like my favorite fighter, probably.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's
we
got
got to
some.
address this guy. First of all, he should be asleep because he's got things to do tomorrow, I'm sure. And then what are these questions? Like,
Is it?
that's just the one. Is the UFC allowing guys? But what does he mean pajamas? Because like I'll sleep in shorts. You know what I mean?
Well, just yeah, they should bring back the gi. Bring back the gi in UFC. Wear whatever you want, as long as you're not wearing a speedo. You
Yeah,
know,
Patty
then
would wear a
wear
speedo, dude.
whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Patty would wear a speedo.
Yeah.
Dude, he would wear one. He owns one, like 100%. It's a terrible image. You'll never like. I've seen a well-paid therapist to like remove images from my head. But anyways,
If I had
yeah.
quads like that, I'd wear a speedo as well.
If I had quads like that, I'd wear one too. Yeah, that's a different conversation entirely.
Just
But yeah, circling back. Yeah, I think Hanato Moicano is my favorite fighter, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
solid pick.
hands down, dude. Between all the like asking for easy fights and then not, happy, like the whole thing about not wanting to like difficult fights and then only money fights and then fights Islam on like a week's notice. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. This
I know.
conversation is fucking
I know,
derailing.
dude.
I'm
I
like,
know. I'm reading it and I'm like trying to. Oh my goodness, it's too funny. Dude, Patty kills me. He just doesn't care.
oh, happy birthday. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
God.
First of all, there's literally no way. There's literally no way, dude. There's no way. I have settings set on this like chat. I have settings set on the YouTube stream
Oh
that
fuck.
allow like it not to be accessible to children. And if that's not the case, I gotta talk to YouTube.
Holy fucking hell.
Because there's unreal. Yeah, dude, Moricano is my favorite fighter because of his luck. And he's just entertaining, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check something else out. I want to see who's on. What's the next? Oh, dude, there's no UFC pay-per-views after 326 that are announced.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's weird too when you think about what matchups could happen because you can't, like, going back to the White House, you
Mhm.
can't have too many title fights because then what are you going to do for pay-per-views for the rest of, like, the upcoming months? Because
Exactly.
you can't just like stack a card with 6 title fights because then that's
I
your
don't think it
whole
will be.
roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just the idea of it being like at the White House that might be intriguing. I think they get 1 or 2 stars tops. And by stars, I mean like, let's say they get Michael Chandler and then we'll get to that. And then like let's say they get Chandler and like I don't think they bring back McGregor, but they'll get Chandler, they'll get O'Malley, they'll get Ilya, and they'll get Gaethje versus, and then they'll get Pereira, and then they'll have their like stars, but not too many belts. Like you only have 2 or 3 title fights on the line, and then the rest of the year you have Islam, and then you have Hamzat the rest of the year, and then you'll have like your Josh Vans or your Volkanovski will fight again probably in the fall, and then let's not exclude all the women that could fight.
I was just gonna say, I was like, you know what, a fight like so they probably put Kayla Harrison versus Amanda on that card, no?
Yeah.
If assuming Kayla's like good to go by then, but like, right, that would make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Didn't she win judo for like the US and the
Yeah,
Olympics?
she's a freaking she's a freak.
Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolute freak. Yeah. I think I submit her inside the first round. If
Kayla.
not for fighting, not for
Yeah,
fighting. I think it's grappling. I think I just out grapple her, dude. I
yeah.
think in the scrambles, I think you just wouldn't know what to do with the entanglements, and the entanglements and the entries would cause confusion, to which I would capitalize on.
I think what would happen if you grappled Kayla is she would double leg the shit out of you, and then you'd
That's
submit her off your back.
I think yeah, that's more
You'd
likely.
you'd get
Yeah,
you'd get dumped hard. Like you
absolutely
just
dumped on my head.
she would pick you up and
She's fueled by like she's got boobs and feminist rage. I'm
yeah,
telling you,
yeah,
she
yeah,
would.
yeah, yeah. She
Yeah,
would dump you on your head, and then you'd catch her in a triangle.
I'd submit her off my back. Yeah, I would 100% sit up cheeky, dude. Like, because let's not pretend that I couldn't submit her. Like, all jokes aside, everybody on this right now, there's no way I don't not submit her. If
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
like just a grappling match, like ADCC rules, whatever.
But off your back. You're not playing top game against Kayla.
Oh God, no. Oh no,
No.
no, no. But
MMA, she would kick his ass.
Yeah.
we're not focused on that. I actually think it would go the same exact way. I would probably just eat more punches, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right? Like I just think, yeah, I just think that's the whole thing. I don't think, like, I just think a triangle would be nice. I don't think I would, and my dumbass would like want to wrestle with her. I'd be like, nah, she can't be that good, just to find out.
Right.
Like I wouldn't need to go collar tie. I should literally just double wrist and then sit into like some single leg X
Full guard.
nonsense.
Just butt scoot
Yeah, it'd be
towards.
best,
Yeah.
but I don't roll that way.
No, you don't. No, you don't roll that way. No.
I don't like, dude, I don't know about you, but people will send me, like people I know don't train, because if they did, they wouldn't send me this. But people who've never rolled me or never rolled anybody, and they're like, "Oh, look at this jujitsu thing," and they'll do butt scoots towards, and it's like a meme of like a guy shoveling a driveway, just butt scooting forward.
I got sent
It's
that
like,
exact meme.
yeah, dude, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I've never once, like, I've only taken offense to it, because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. I'm like, I don't roll that way. Even if it's for the best, that I don't. And I
Yeah.
should just lay down. I pull bottom side a lot, though.
Right. Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, dude. Well, the problem I run into is, dude, I used to roll with this guy at the gym that he was a blue belt, and all he would do is capoeira shit. So, like, I couldn't grab him. He would just break the grip and cartwheel. I swear to God.
Oh, that's
Wow,
dope.
this is a true story.
Yeah.
He would break grips and he would like capoeira. And as I would go to take down, he'd like back up and then do like a leg dance movement. And I'm like, we're getting nowhere. So then what I do is I just lay down, just both hands. I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and I'm like, are we rolling?
Just
Like,
climb
I
atop
needed,
you're doing.
yeah, man, I needed to engage. I need some
Yeah.
contact. So as soon as he came close and just, I could like see that there was no way that I couldn't grab him before he got up and cartwheeled away. I just lurched at him and grabbed him and brought him in and then just choked him out. And he was like, huh. And I was like, he was confused. He's like, why are you pulling bottom side control? I'm like, why are you cartwheeling 15 feet from me as your sprawl?
Yeah. No, the
Nonsense.
word.
Nonsense time. But
Just
yeah,
the word.
anyways, yeah, I don't know, circling back, I don't know about you. I've kind of, other than White House, there's not really been much of a hype for anything. Like, at least no intentional hype that I see.
And it's because we're in this weird kind of like in between phase where everyone's anticipating all the White House matchups. And so until that gets announced, nothing is really moving forward, right? Because there's a lot of like really good potential matchups, but a lot of things kind of have to shake out. And then you got, like you got the mess, just an absolute freaking hot garbage mess at heavyweight, right? And so there's nothing really going on there. Light heavyweight is pretty lackluster outside of Pereira. Middleweight is popping off, but then it's like middleweight. It's like everyone. The question at middleweight is just, can anyone beat Chimaev, right? So it's like that
right
becomes
now,
that becomes not quite as exciting, right? Because it just seems like Chimaev is levels above everybody.
Yeah, and he is.
But I'm still pumped for the fight for the Strickland Hernandez fight. But again, it's like, can either of those guys beat Chimaev? Probably not. And then welterweight is popping off, right?
Yeah, it is.
But again, it's like now that Islam is the champ, it almost has a similar feel to middleweight, where it's like you got this super dominant champion, and it's like, can anybody beat that guy? You know? So it's like a kind of a similar thing there. And then lightweight is also kind of a mess, right? Because you got Taporia out for who knows how long. And then you have like a weird BMF fight happening and an interim title. And it's like, and then you have Armin sitting there as well.
Who should be fighting for the title.
So then that becomes like a whole kind of shit show as well. Lots of good fights, but just like kind of a mess as well. And then featherweight is good. Featherweight is really good. Probably arguably like one of, if not the most exciting divisions. So featherweight is good. Bantamweight is really good, right? 135 is like a sick division. So those two, and then 125 has never been like super, popular. You got Pantoja that hopefully comes back soon and fights Van again. But not a lot happening there. And then the women's division, it's like you're waiting for a Nunes versus Harrison. And then again, you're in a situation with the other two divisions where it's like you just have you have Valentina and you have Zhang Weili, and it's like two super dominant champions that like just feed them whoever, right? And no one really cares a whole lot. So it's kind of like it's kind of a weird time for the UFC, It's like I still, obviously I love it, and like there's still awesome matchups, but it just seems to be like in this kind of weird time where there aren't really any stars. There's kind of like these weird situations at every weight class for like a lot of the weight classes, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, some things got to like work themselves out.
To that though, before that, I was looking back at what we had for the end of the year, right? And these are the fucking matchups, just the main event matchups we got. We had beginning of November, right? We had Bonfim versus Brown, but then we had Della Maddalena versus like Islam. So we had that in the middle of November. And then we had Saruki in the weekend after versus Dan Hooker. And then we had the weekend after that, like Marab versus Jan. And then a weekend later, we had Bren Royval versus Cape or Cape, whatever. And then a month and a half goes by. And then we have Gaethje Pimblett, which, by the way, also O'Malley as well fought on that card. And then a week later, we have Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Like, they stacked the end and the beginning of the year. Like the end of last year into the beginning. Like, dude, within a month, within a month, not even a month from it, 3 weeks, we had Makachev versus Jack, Sarukian versus Hooker, and Jan versus Marab in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's a lot of quote unquote star power.
Really heavy. And then within 2 weeks, we had Gaethje Pimblett, O'Malley, Song, and then Volkanovski versus Diego in 2 weeks, back in 1 week. So, yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, lots going on there for sure. And it'll be interesting to see like how it all plays out because there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot that needs to kind of get sorted here, but yeah.
We are due for a Pereira fight, though.
Yeah, I think Pereira, right? He's got to be a shoe-in for the White House, yeah?
Bro, his last fight was October, and I'm correct on this. He fought Ankalaev last. His last fight was October 4th, 2025.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good indication because like he's normally super active. So that's a pretty good indication that they're saving him for that card, right?
I would think so. You want to hear something crazy though? Now I'm looking at his record. His last fight, so he went October 4th, 2025. And then he went March 8th, 2025 against Ankalaev where he lost. So then he fought 2024, October 5th. Literally fought on the same day the following year. So he fought twice in 2025.
Yeah, so and then I think 2024 he fought like 3 times, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think because that Izzy rematch was no, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Because he fought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roundtree, Prohaska, and Jamal Hill. Yeah.
That was his year.
That was a big 3. And then he fought towards like the end, like middle of November as well against Prohaska the first time as well. So but yeah, man, I think every division right now is just really like the top guy. So it's deep. Like the top 6 guys are really good. But then, like you said, it's the same thing. It's like, well, now at 205, it's the same struggle that 185 and 170 is having. Because we were doing the thing too, where we asked ourselves every time we watch people fight for an interim or a number 1 contender, we're like, well, this is kind of just a waste of time. Because we're like, could any of these guys beat? Like I'm watching Patty versus Gaethje, and I was like, shit. Is this good enough to beat Ilia Topuria? Or is this good enough back when it was Islam? You're kind of just like, it's cool, man, but is it good enough to beat Islam? And then the answer is always no. Is it good enough to beat Pereira? Like, no, dude.
It feels like there's a bit of a gap between the champions and the contenders in a lot of these divisions. Yeah. So weird time in the UFC, right? Like, I don't know if it's just like recency bias or whatever, but it just feels like back in the day, there was just a lot more. I don't know. There was just more banger cards, more competitive weight classes, more contenders. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just I don't know. It just kind of seems that way a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's tricky because now we're seeing guys like Volk fight Lopez for like a second time, and then we're seeing a lot of reoccurring matchups. And we get interesting ones like Patty and Gaethje was interesting. But yeah, man, it was yeah, we'll see how it goes. What is this, dude? This is funny.
I was reading that. I was like, oh, that's fucking hilarious.
A new mythical fighter? I think so. I think he'll gain some confidence. Do I think it'll change everything? Like he's fighting an Adesanya, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's a crazy thing to think, but I'm all for it. Yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to think of what good matchups we can get going here. Because we got like, dude, and the problem is too that I've noticed a lot of the champs like are injured. So at heavyweight, Aspinall's got eye surgery. John Jones isn't coming back for the White House card. There's no way. Like, I don't think that happens at all.
Yeah.
There's no way. I think McGregor is more likely than John Jones.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like that's what they want. It's just like it's hard to see McGregor fighting again. Like when I picture him, it just seems like I said, believe it when I see it. Like I just don't think that. I think in order because he he can look good in training, whatever, but for him to commit to however many weeks it would take to get prepared, it's just like at this point in his life, there's just way too much to go wrong,
Mhm.
and he's just I'll believe it when I see it. If it'd be
Yeah.
sick, like it'd be cool. I like watching because whenever McGregor fights, it's kind of just like a spectacle. It's just kind of like
Yeah.
it transcends the sport a little bit, and it feels like just kind of like a bigger thing, even if like obviously McGregor isn't in his prime and he's you know all kinds of things, but it would just be cool. So
It would be. It would be. I think he, if anything, bring him back for the promotion aspect of it. Don't even have him fight.
yeah,
Just have him come back and host the press conference. Yeah, bro. Have him host press
imagine,
conferences.
yeah, right,
That'd be sick. Talking mad shit to all the fighters. Oh, that'd
yeah,
be so cool. Oh, that'd be
that'd
so
be
good.
hilarious.
I just don't see that being like a bad idea, really.
Yeah,
I just think bring him back for that. But I think they tried this last time when they did Brock Lesnar at UFC 200.
right.
And I remember it just being a nonsense. Like he won kind of, but he tested positive. And then like Mark Hunt
He
sued.
fought Mark Hunt.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? And it was just to bring him back for his star power. And like it kind of failed, but like it worked. And then, yeah, so I don't know. I don't think you have, I think that was the last, because 300 was just like, oh, we got Pereira fighting. And then I think Pereira, and then it was Gaethje versus Holloway, I think as well.
Yeah,
And then that's all I can kind of remember. I think they did that. And then the rest was
yeah.
like decent fights, but decent like contender fights. Yeah. But who you won, like it was just a really good ending. I just remember Pereira. I think Pereira won by knockout, and then I think Gaethje lost as well. Like Holloway knocked him out as
Yeah,
well.
that was Holloway's like massive moment there. That was like
Massive.
that was crazy.
That
Yeah,
was crazy. Yeah, I was pretty fired up about that one. So I think yeah, we're due for some of these like dude, we're due for a Hamzat, a Pereira, a Taporia, a Makachev. Like Islam fought the most recent, and it was beginning of November.
yeah.
We're
You
6 months
gotta
away.
think that like a, a couple, at least one. So like Pereira, I think is 100% going to be on the White House,
I think so.
and then I think you're right. I think Gaethje fights somebody, um, and then yeah, maybe a Chimaev. You know, I think if Strickland wins, that would they I think that would be a good matchup for the White House would be Strickland versus Chimaev. Right?
Yeah, if Strickland wins like decisively.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
he's like America. You know what I mean?
America.
So
Yeah, you need a couple of those guys. That's
yeah,
where I think Michael Chandler comes in.
Patriots.
Like, you need those Patriots.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you can't have the card riddled with a bunch of guys who don't speak the language. I just
yeah,
riddled with it, really. Like, I think Gaethje would be sick. That's why I think he like. Remember that when he did his post fight, and he was just like, "Yeah, America." I was like, he wants to be on this White House card.
yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be crazy.
For sure.
I I think Chandler fights on it because Chandler's in great shape. He's fine. He's been ready to go. Didn't he fight? Who did he fight? He was supposed to fight McGregor, and then he didn't. And who did he fight instead? Because he
But
had a fight.
Patty beat the shit out of him.
It was Patty, right? Thank you. Wasn't sure the timing on that, but that makes sense. But he only has exciting fights, even when he gets beat up. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. He's one of those guys just comes in and just throws
He just, yeah,
right hands every time. Right?
yeah. But hopefully he doesn't do that. But man, yeah, we'll see. It's weird too, because like Volk, like now I'm thinking, I'm like, there's guys that fought at the beginning of the year that could fight. Like O'Malley could definitely fight in the White House. I don't know. I don't think you can have. I think the main event has to have an American fighter
Yeah, yeah. So then it's like
for a title, obviously.
just a whole bunch of speculating, my guy. But I think yeah, there's some potentials that that anyway.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I think we covered it.
Yeah, it was good.
I think we covered it.
I think once this shakes out, there's going to be a whole lot more to
So
talk
much more.
about. Because
Yeah,
right now, it's like it's at a point where it's like everyone and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts in the scene,
Mhm.
and it just seems like everyone's just kind of like on the edge of their seat, just like waiting for this huge announcement. And then once some of the fights get announced, then it's like okay, going to be a whole bunch to talk about, right?
Yeah, it's
But
like we talked about matchups.
Yeah, right now it's in this we're in this kind of like weird space.
Yeah, it's a bunch of speculating. And then what I noticed, I think I was saying like a bit ago, is they haven't decided anything past March, but the White House is supposed to be in June. So there's still shit in May, April, May, and then June. So they might give us something a bit before, and they might give us something good after, which would be also good to yap about, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That'd be good. But yeah, man, I think that's some fucking rap.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'm
More speculation.
Like I said, like this is this kind of thing is just the kind of stuff that I talk about anyway.
Hell yeah.
So might as well hop on a live and talk about it,
Might as well hop on a live and try to ignore nonsense at the same time and try not to laugh while the other one's talking, basically.
Just right out the gate, I'm just getting roasted. Like fucking I saw a comment, "Hi Mario." It's like, God damn it, man.
It's like, dude, the 9-year-old kid thing killed me. I'm like, first of all, there's no way. I'm like, it was like, happy birthday, I'm 9. It's like, shut up.
I'm just trying to fucking live my life over here, you know what I mean?
Trying to do it. And I get this fucking, terrible. But anyways, yeah, I was like, there's no way you can't have children on my live. I have my account set up, everything set up to not have
It's just someone's uncle just chiming in.
Just chiming in. Keyboard warriors. All right, that's a wrap. All right, brother. Cool. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Yeah, sounds good, man. We'll have more to talk about pretty soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Right on.
Okay, peace, man.
Peace. And